God knows all things. Mormon 8:17. When I look at the Hong Kong China Temple, I see the Lord's hand in every detail. This story strengthens my faith and my love for the gospel of Jesus Christ. I grew up in Sumsui Bo and often travel about half an hour by bus to the quiet neighborhood of Kowloon Tong. That peaceful place where the old mission home was is the very spot where the Hong Kong Temple now stands. As a young summer missionary and then a full-time missionary from 1979 to 1981, I spent time there. Every preparation day, my companions and I would climb the long staircase to the mission office to pick up our mail. Across the street at 18 Dorset Crescent was a small park. My siblings and I hang out there with friends when we were young. Eventually, in 1985, my fiancé and I took our engagement photos there. The story of this land began before I was born. In 1955, President H. Grant Hillen arrived in Hong Kong to open the Southern Far East Mission. With 8 missionaries, he needed a permanent headquarters quickly. He found one house and placed a deposit on it. Then a Catholic abbot, Father Lee, and a trusted friend, George New, encouraged President Hillen to see another property at 2 Cornwall Street. It was an older British-style home with a small swimming pool. Once President Hillen stepped inside, he felt a strong confirmation that this is the place. He went back to the first seller, intending to withdraw honorably. But before he could speak, the seller's 2 sons returned his check and apologized. President Hillen later said he felt like shouting for joy. On September 30th, 1955, he purchased the 2 Cornwall Street property, and by the following June, the mission home had moved in. That little pool became a baptismal font before the church began using Compton Hall. In 1975, the old colony home was replaced with the new 3-story mission home. The pool was covered and used for an office and later for storage, but the land remained dedicated to the Lord's work. Gerrit W, who served as a missionary in 1955, became the mission president from 1974 to 1977. He felt pressure to sell that unused portion, but never felt peaceful about doing so. After counseling with local church leaders and with approval from President Marion Jim Wami, who attended a Hong Kong district conference on August 13, 1975, it was decided the Lord would be kept. A chapel was built there in 1978. Then came 1992. President Gordon B. Hinckley, searching for a site for the temple, felt unsettled about every option. In the early hours of July 26, he was awakened by the Spirit. The clear impressions came to him that the church already had a wonderful piece of property on Cornwall Street. He saw a multi-level building with a chapel and classrooms below, office and apartments in the middle, sacred temple rooms above, all crowned with an angel morali. He scratched the idea that night. Later, he testified, "If ever in my life I felt the inspiration of the Lord, it was with this building." Groundbreaking took place on January 22, 1994. The open house in May 1996 welcomed more than 13,000 visitors, including silver leaders and guests of other faiths. President Hinckley dedicated the temple on May 26 and 27. The Hong Kong Institute of Architects later honored the design with a certificate of merit. Soon after the dedication, the Kowloon Tong MTR, interchange lane, the Kwun Tong lane, and the East Rail lane, making temple travel from the border station like Lo Wu and Ma Chau much easier. The skies above the temple became still after the Kai Tak Airport closed in 1998. It felt as if the Lord had prepared not only the ground, but even the air above his holy house. God even took care of lunches, festival walk, and major shopping mall with many restaurants opened nearby, answering early concerns about dining options for temple patrons. The Hong Kong Temple, the 48th operating temple of the church, served Latter-day Saints across Asia, including mainland China, Singapore, Thailand, Cambodia, and Mongolia. Across the street at that same park where I once played, the church built a new mission home, chapel, and distribution center in 2010. The park of my youth became a gathering place for the saints. After more than 2 decades of service, the temple closed in 2019 for renovations. The work renewed its exterior stones, refined its windows, and devoted even more space to temple ordinances. The temple reopened in 2022 and was rededicated by Elder Gerrit W. Gong on June 19. On a November evening, I stood across the street with my phone. The light was fading, and I could barely see what was photographing. Yet somehow, the lights gathered perfect around the temple. That picture became my little miracle, a reminder that God is in the details. From a mission home to a chapel to a temple, and now a renewed temple, the Lord prepared this ground step by step at the best timing possible. He guided the purchase in 1955, preserved the land in 1975, gave a prophet a vision in 1992, built the house of the Lord in 1996, and brought new light again in 2022. As I share this story so dear to me, I hope it helps you look for God in the details of your own life. And if this story touched you, I would love to hear your memories of the Hong Kong China Temple or any temple that has blessed your life. Share your story or mine with friends and family so more hearts can see the Lord's hand in every detail. Thank you for coming with me on this journey.